All right, let's talk about something really important. We're going to dive into a pattern that completely drains some of the kindest, most empathetic people out there. And, more importantly, we're going to talk about how you can protect your most valuable resource, your own energy.
You ever been in a situation, with a friend, a family member, maybe a partner, where you just feel like you're giving and giving? You're trying to fix things, trying to make them understand, but you just end up feeling completely and totally exhausted. Like all your effort is just vanishing into a black hole.
Well, if that sounds familiar, you've probably been caught in what we're calling the savior reflex trap. It's this really powerful impulse, and it feels like you're doing the right thing, but it's a trap that can leave you feeling just depleted and totally powerless.
So, what is the savior reflex exactly? It's that gut instinct that you have as a caring person to just pour your logic, your love, your amazing capacity for understanding onto someone else's chaos, thinking you can fix it. And it comes from such a good place. But here's the thing. It's aimed at the wrong problem.
And this leads us to this really powerful metaphor, and it's kind of the core of this whole thing. You cannot love a machine into having a soul. Just let that sit with you for a second. This isn't about being cold or cynical. It's about getting real about the nature of the problem you're facing.
So let's get into the why. Why doesn't your empathy, your logic, your love actually work in these situations? I promise you, it is not because you're not trying hard enough or loving big enough. The problem is a total mismatch, like a fundamental mismatch in operating systems. Let's break this down. On your side, you've got your approach. Think of it as your software. This is your empathy, your logic, your deep desire for connection. But you are trying to run this beautiful, complex software on their reality, which is a hardware problem. We're talking about things like broken circuitry, a completely different operating system, maybe even some missing components. And this really says it all. What happens when you try to install amazing new software on broken hardware? It crashes, it glitches out, it just fails. And listen, it's not your fault, and it's not the software's fault. You're just using the wrong tool for a hardware problem. Your love can't rewire their brain. Okay, so if trying to fix them is a total trap, what's the alternative? Do you just become cold and stop caring? No way. Absolutely not. The real solution is this idea called compassionate detachment. This is the game changer right here. Compassionate detachment means you can still care about them, you can still have love for the person, but, and this part is everything, you do it from a safe emotional distance. You let yourself off the hook for the impossible job of managing their feelings, their choices, and whatever happens because of those choices.
And I really want to be clear about this because it's a huge misconception. This isn't about punishing them or shutting them out. It is an act of profound self-preservation. You're not building a fortress to keep them out. You are building a sanctuary to keep your own peace in.
So how do we actually do this, in the heat of the moment when things get intense? Well, one of the most practical tools you can use is a visualization exercise, and it's called the glass wall. Okay, here's how it works. And it's surprisingly simple, but really powerful. The next time you feel that emotional chaos starting, the first thing you do is you envision a thick, clear, soundproof glass wall popping up between you and them. Next, you just observe. You can see their words, you can see their emotions, but you just watch as they hit that glass and slide right off. You don't take them in. And all the while, you, behind your wall, you just focus on staying calm and centered. You become an observer of their chaos, not a participant in it. You see, this whole process is a fundamental shift in perspective. You're moving from trying to change them to focusing on protecting you. Your energy is a finite resource, and it is your most important asset. It's time to stop pouring it into broken hardware. So let's just pull it all together. The big takeaways here are, first, that savior reflex is an exhausting trap, especially for us empathetic folks. Second, always think hardware versus software. You just can't fix a circuitry problem with love. The goal, then, is to practice compassionate detachment, caring from a safe distance. And your go-to tool for that glass wall visualization, to protect your own inner peace. And that brings me to the last thing I want to leave you with. As you go about your day, just let this question roll around in your mind. Think about the people and the conversations in your life that just drain you. Where in your life could building a simple, invisible glass wall bring you back the peace and the energy that you absolutely deserve?